Hey everybody, this is JJ. So today what I want to talk with you about is a water filtration system, the Katadyn Hiker. It's an excellent system and I think you guys are going to really enjoy it. You know, a lot of people talk about water and they understand that you can only go without water for 3 days. But one of the things that a lot of people don't know is that when you are only 10% dehydrated, you can actually become unconscious. Okay, and when you're thirsty, your body is already 5% dehydrated. Okay, so having water and having the ability to make fresh, potable drinking water is really important if you spend a lot of time in the wild or if you're trying to prepare for, you know, a disaster type scenario. So anyway, with that, let's go ahead and get right into the review on the Hiker. Okay, so the Katadyn Hiker is the best-selling water filter system in the United States. It has a 3-micron filter. It's non-cleanable, but it does last 750 liters. So if you can imagine filling up, you know, 750 1-liter water bottles, that would take quite a while to go through. It does meet all EPA standards, and it also filters out all bacteria and protozoa. So really the common types of waterborne diseases like Cryptosporidium and Giardia, those are all taken care of. Now, it fills up 1 liter in about 48 strokes. We're going to take a look at that here in just a second. We'll get it out to the creek and see how easy it works. And as far as size goes, it's about 6.5 inches by 3 inches wide. That's the pump itself. And then you've got about 36 inches of hose. Now, you've also, as far as the contents of the kit go, you get the pump itself. That is obvious. Then you have the inlet hose, and in with the items, I've already assembled this. You have a pre-filter screen that goes right here. Then you have another larger pre-filter screen, and then you've got a float for the inlet hose there. They also give you an outlet Ziploc bag, kind of like a dry lock or sack, to keep these hoses separate. That way you don't have the two water, you know, the contaminated water and the uncontaminated water mixing with each other. Then you've also got a couple of end caps for the pump itself, some silicone lubricant, and this is an adapter so that you can plug this straight into a lot of different hydration bladders like the CamelBak, the Nalgene's, the JanSports, those kinds of things, which is pretty cool. And then you've also got a water bottle adapter, and I'll show you those here in just a second. That'll fit in your standard Nalgene bottle as well as your Clean Canteen cups and bottles, excuse me. Then you've got your outlet hose, and then of course the nylon carry sack and some instructions. So this is really a very maintenance-free water filter, and it's just very easy to use, very easy to put together, and it's a very effective tool. This is going to be a great fit for bug out bags, you know, day bags, you know, a hiking kit, survival kit, you know, those types of things. If you spend time in the outdoors, if you want to go camping, you know, if you're an ultralight backpacker, you know, this is going to be a great model for you. Okay, so let's go ahead and take this, let's put this together and take this down to the edge of the creek here and filter out some water real fast. Okay, so I've got the bottle or the pump all ready to go, and what I've done is I've just put on the outlet hose here. I've got the Nalgene adapter on here. I'm going to stick that down in my Nalgene bottle. Fits nice and snug. That way it's not going to pop out on you. Then I'm going to take the inlet hose. I've got the float set so that the filter will just sit a couple inches down in the water. Let that in the water there. And then I'm just going to start pumping. And one of the things I really like about this pump is you can turn the handle whichever way you like. You know, it's universal, and it's just really, really easy to pump. I mean, I'm not having to put a lot of effort into this. As you can see, water's already flowing into the container. Now, one of the things you need to know is before you use this, you should actually do a pre-rinse on it and run at least a liter of clean water through it before you drink from it. And the reason is because it has a carbon activated filter in it, along with an additional outer microfilter on it as well. And so that's why you want to flush that carbon out of there before you do your first use. So as you can see, this thing is already filled up 3/4 of a liter as we're sitting here talking and pumping. I mean, just very efficient, very easy to use. It's very user-friendly. This would be a great option for kids to have. It's not something that's going to, you know, be too complicated to use or anything along those lines. Now, as you can see, we've got a full liter right there, nice and clear water, ready to go. Okay, as you can see, the adapter will also fit right into a Klean Kanteen wide mouth, which is really nice. Those are, you know, these are a very popular option among, you know, preppers and survivalists, outdoorsmen, campers, hikers, pretty much everybody. And, you know, it works pretty much the same way. It's not quite as snug of a fit on the Klean Kanteens, but it fits right down in there and works very well. Okay, like I said earlier, the Hiker is pretty much a maintenance-free deal, but there are a couple things you can do to help increase the life of it. And the first thing is you want to go ahead and, after you're done pumping water, pump out, you know, 5 or 6 pumps to empty all the water out of it. That way you don't have any, you know, promotion of bacteria growth or anything like that inside the filter. If you're going to store it for long-term use, then you want to also go ahead and take 1 liter of water mixed with 2 tablespoons of bleach, or you can use the Katadyn MicroPure tablets, and you mix that solution up and then you run it through the filter and then empty that all the way out. Then you go ahead and pull the outlet hose off, and you want to store that in a separate bag like I showed you earlier. And then for long-term storage, you want to just go ahead and pull the filter cartridge out, which this is the filter cartridge. As you can see, just in the clean water that we've been, I mean, this is very relatively clean water that we've been filtering. You know, it's already started to discolor that, and that really shows you how good of a job it does. And so you want to pull this filter out and you want to let it dry before your long-term storage. Then you can go ahead and wipe out the interior contents as well and get all that nice and dry. Now, as you can see, it's constructed very well. It's one piece. It's got an O-ring seal right here. Then, if you run into a situation where you start to feel like it's getting a little bit harder to pump as time goes on, then there's a real quick and easy fix for that. All you got to do is pull this little ring off right here, and then you can pull the pump out, okay? In the package, in the contents, it gives you some silicone lubricant. You take that silicone lubricant, you put it right around this O-ring seal, you stick it back in, put the clamp back on, and you're back in business. So, as you can see, guys, this is just a very well-built, self-contained system. It's lightweight, it's simple to use, and I think that's probably one of the reasons that it's the leading, you know, the best-selling filtration system in the United States today. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the review. You know, when you're out looking for water filtration systems, you should definitely consider this as an option. It's definitely a good system. All the Katadyn products, you know, are top-notch. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.